Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Bryson's Failures. Uh, alrighty, let's see. So we get a multiplyable one. That's it. That's it. That's all it does. Just multiply by -1. Return number. Oh shit, guys, we haven't solved this in a fucking second. Oh god. Oh god. Yay, we're done. We're done. Fuck yeah! Woo! I'd be surprised if anyone doesn't multiply that. Holy shit. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that would work. That's super clever. Yeah, that's fucking sick. This is sick. What? That's stupid. This is it's fucking what the shit. This is define opposite and just puts a negative. That's kind of cool too. I really like this one. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that makes that like multiply by one. Eh, that's whatever. It's just like a do you know type of kaida. It's not a difficult thing to do at all. So I don't know if I really enjoy it that much. Our team matches results are recorded in a collection of strings. Each match is represented by a string in the format X with the colon in the middle Y, where X is our team's score and Y is our opponent's score. For example, okay, points are awarded for each match as follows. If X is greater than Y, 3 points win. If X is less than Y, 0 points loss. Okay. So it's always going to be an array of 10, it looks like. I wonder if there's a way. Is the score always going to be less than? X is always greater than or equal to, so it's always going to be less than 4. It's only 1 to 4. That makes it even way easier, actually. You can't have like a split thingy. If you had a split thingy, that would make this fucking amazing. Let's start off by a loop real fast. I less than games dot size. I plus plus. Sure, let's do something like that. If I'm gonna say games at position I is equivalent to, let's say this. Oh my god, where is it? My bad, guys. I'm on a crash out. I'm crashing out. Okay, my bad. Well, that doesn't necessarily work. Okay, I got it. So I'm just gonna do a range-based loop for all of it, and then inside here I'm gonna be for int I plus plus I less than well actually and we know always play 10 games. Okay. So we know they always play 10 games, so all we really need to do is we need to look at the after and before this before. So I don't even know what I'm thinking in this scenario. Index 2 will always be the second. So all I fucking need to actually do is loop that number of times, which that's what this even does, right? Ignore the whole like char, or I guess it would be std string, right? And then you can like, whatever. Yeah, like you can practically ignore that and then just be like, oh, well, okay, so your score's at 0, and if and I think I can directly just compare these because like the numbers will still be in order, right? And if that's always the case, then I can just do this. Like, this is taking a lot of things for, like, oh, yeah, this is just the case, so we do whatever. But, yeah, I mean, if score is always going to be the case. But it has to be 3. And then we do this, and then we say S. Am I stupid? Is that not how you even score? I digress. I think I can do that without even like doing a conversion. I think I can. I don't know for sure. Oh, I'll see. I guess. Okay, so something fucked. Let's do a type conversion. Hey, I think that's cool. I think that's cool. Super neat. Yeah, okay. See, this was my thought. Yeah, they are. Like, even in the character sense, if you look at a 1, 2, 3, 4, like, the 4 is always going to be greater than that. So, yeah, that logically makes a lot of sense. Now, because that logically makes a lot of sense, this doesn't make sense to me anymore. Let's see. Why would this equate to 0? What is being pushed? Equals to 10. Okay, so I'm assuming it's supposed to be this. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Oh yeah, that should all be plus 1. Because I do this. Okay, wait, yeah, this should just be plus 1 right here. My bad. Yeah, I saw it as soon as I actually looked. Yeah, like that. I really wonder what people did though. Yeah, you got straight up a ternary right here. This is my thought. Like, don't even do anything if you lose. You don't even need to check if you lose. Wow. Is that? I don't even know if that's better. To be honest, like it's cool what you did, but I don't think that's better, bro. Nor is this. This is just bad practice, actually. Because you don't want it calling over every single time. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's like very logical of what's actually happening. Who knows? Why do you have continues? You could delete this, take away this continue, take away, yeah, just take away the fucking whole continue. Remove the brackets. Like, this is bad. This is good. Yeah, if I didn't know what a ternary was, then this would be like really what you should write. This is best practice by far. Yeah, because you get the actual memory address, then you go to the Gth location, the index specific. The only problem is he did the same thing I did, it looks like. Oh, but he put a plus. That's how he's able to do that. Scanf. Interesting. Interesting. Complete the square sum function so that the square each number passes. Square each number. Okay, so it's a vector of integers though, so we just do a range-based loop, but we do it with like that, right? But of course we're not gonna be fucking able to change it, cause like why should we be able to change it, man? I wonder. Okay, so we just create something up here that's called like total, and total. Bring this over here. Come back down, and then we can still say numbers actually, and we can go back and say and here, and then we could literally just say numbers here. Then when we get here, we can just say total plus equals numbers squared, right? Okay, yeah. Numbers times times numbers, or num time it. Oh, my bad. Let's change this to number first because it sounds better. Num times num. PEMDAS, baby. So num times num. Add it to the total. We're calculating the total. We're returning the total. Like, it's as easy as butter, baby. It's easy as butter. Butter, butter, butter. Butter, butter, butter. Butter, 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 butter. No fucking way. Am I getting a hello world? Make a SQL function that greets world famous hello world. Greet. std string greet return hello world. Yeah, that was weird. Complementary. I don't know what that is. Acid DNA is a chemical form in the nucleus of the cell and carries the instructions for development and functioning of living organisms. If you want to know, Wikipedia is here. In DNA strings, a symbol A and T are complements of each other. C and G as C and G. Your function resolves one side of DNA string, except for Haskell. You need to return the other complementary side. That doesn't sound too bad, actually. The only problem is, bitch. Okay, so we are getting this as just, string result. Like that. Okay, so we can do something like this. And then we're just gonna come down here, and we know that we're gonna be looking at each char in this DNA. Yeah. DNA. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what we're doing. Okay, yeah, so we're just adding to the results. So we got results, and then we want to check exactly what this thing is, right? So we're gonna go like so, and I'm gonna be like, okay, well, is this DNA, is this D equal to A? Right? If it is, change it to T. If it isn't, if D is equal to T, do the opposite. A, if D is equal to C, D, G, else C. Cool, that was a cool logic chain. And then return result. It's pretty cheese. Pretty cheese. Dude, I've been getting fucking cheese balls thrown at me today. None of these have even been remotely hard. Let's see what they did here. So he did like a mapping, and then, oh, cool. That's kind of cool. A little extra memory than you need, I guess, but that's kind of cool. Switch statement's also good. Switch is good. The map idea is really good. Switch is good. A bunch of ifs. This is bad. The way it's written is bad, at least. There should be if-else chain, not if chain. Should be if. It should be if, else if, else. Kind of like how mine is, but mine's written in a ternary instead. Overall, it is the if-else is worse. Write a function, set alarm, depending on the language, which receives two parameters. The first parameter employed. Okay, so, employed is true whether you are employed. What? And the second parameter is vacation is true whether you're on a vacation. What? The function should return true if you are employed and not on a vacation. Oh, so it's tasting our Boolean logic. Okay. Return sorry, I need to go back. Employed is should return true if you are employed. Okay, so if employed, and not okay, well, calm down there, dude. I'm not Timothy, okay? Vacation. Okay, cool. Love this for me. Okay, so if you're employed and not on vacation, then true. Okay, so they're seeing if we can break this down. So the only real two things I need to actually check is if you are employed. And then if you are employed, then are you on vacation or not? There's only one result that's true, and it's this one. So else, just false. That's it. You're checking if that is equates. Okay, so this test is literally, can you diagnose a Boolean expression and be like, okay, this is the simplest form. Because all that matters, yeah, you could even write it like this. You didn't even have to write the stuff out, like, at all. You could also say return not, right? You can say something fun. Return not, if they're equal. No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm fucking saying. I'm ridiculous. Alright, let's see. Okay, now we should have a harder one. Let's see if we can do this in 2 minutes. You're given an array of numbers. You have to sort the odd numbers in ascending order while leaving the even numbers at their original positions. Okay. Okay. Because I'm trying to solve this fast, let's get after this. So this is going to be 4i, and then we're basically going to check if it's even. So 4i, we're going through this array, and it has numbers. So int I, and we're just going to go through the array, and if at the modular location of this, so if I, and then up here we can have std vector. Oh shit, I'm getting freaked out by the time. Int tmp, just fuck it, whatever, I guess. Oh god. If I modular of 2 is equivalent to 0, does not equal 0, then we're gonna add it to temp. So temp dot push underscore back, boom, boom. Okay, and then we're gonna loop through this again. Oh god, guys. Oh god. And I less than array I plus plus if I, damn it. Well, we need a sort in here. So this would be sort, right? And then after that, we're gonna go and we're just gonna find each time, well, this is still true, and then just replace it with whatever the sorted value is at the next one, and then every single time just removing that one. So probably sort in like a backwards order, so I can push it. I can just do pop and pop off the back. This isn't insanely hard, but yeah. So I just have to write like a sorting algorithm real fast, which would be like, while flip, something like this, and I could be like, okay, well, bool flip is equivalent to whatever, it doesn't even matter. So I could do this on the bottom and do like a do, and then while, and then flip, this goes there, and then I can basically be like, okay, for int I less than array I plus plus, I mean like if, but I'm not going in there, I'm looking in, where are ya, tmp dot size. So this is kind of what you would want to do, and then you would want to be like, well, in tmp is this I location, and we're gonna flip it the other way. Yeah. So if this is greater than, we flip it going that way. You guys get me? You guys are like lower on this side, bigger on this side, right? You guys get that? But normally it would be the other way. You guys understand. We get it. So we do this, we add all the numbers, we flip all the numbers, we put the biggest ones at the end, right? Because now we want to. This is not making any sense anymore. Yeah, it's fine. That's fucking hilarious. I wonder if it still returns the value. Who knows? Array at that position, then array at this position is now equal to whatever's popped off, right? So tmp dot okay, dot pop back, I think it's called. And set it to that. Okay, so we look at the array, we make a temporary vector. All the numbers that are odd, we add to this array. So we sort this array starting from biggest to smallest, because we had to flip it. When I was originally writing it, I was thinking it the other way around, but I also didn't realize they were thinking it the other way around. So we want the smallest on this far side and the biggest on this side, right? Like that. So that when we go through, like it should look like this, right? For the temporary one. And then when we go through, we'll just be popping the back side. So this will go into that. Does that make sense? So is that what we're doing is more of the question. Does that make sense? So we go through each one. We're looking if the smaller value is less than now. Okay. And then we are flipping them if they're less than. So yes, we are doing that. We should be doing that. And then the question is, well, does pop back return what I think it's doing? Is that a valid thing to say? To set it? Because it would be in Python, but I don't know about it here. So we'll see today. Air. Awesome. Awesome. Love this for us. Awesome. Awesome possums. Cool. So TMP. Where the fuck? What's wrong? Oh. Alright. Let me get another error. What's this error? This should be where. Okay. Okay, so this should always pisses me off, right? Because you're like, okay, incompatible types. Okay, well, I'm looking at, oh, they're yelling at me for my pop back, not my size. Is pop back not a thing? And C++. Does pop not return anything? Does pop back in C++ not return anything? That's gay, dude. Bro. Okay. My assumption was that popback would always returns a value. Well, it doesn't. That was an unfortunate assumption. I still am gonna pop. I'm just gonna pop at a different time. Well, right after, so not even a different time. It's just now I have to do it in 2 operations instead of 1 because of the way it's written. Wow, guys, it worked! So proud of myself. I'm so proud. Of course, this dumb fucking asshole. Sure. Let's see if this was actually the problem. If it's not, I'm just gonna leave it if it's not, guys. Okay. I don't give enough. I don't give enough of a shit. Says T. Okay, we'll do what you're asking, all right? Okay, so that wasn't the problem. It wasn't like a indexing type thing problem. I don't know why it would fail though. Well, logic for some reason is correct for most of them, but fails on a couple of them. And I don't exactly know why. Okay, so the right, it should be 1, but it gets replaced with 6. So that, yeah, that shouldn't change. So it says 6 twice for some reason. Same thing here. Seems to be completely just neglecting so maybe I'm adding them twice to the array.